What's up guys, and welcome. Today we want to talk about a separator control. So a separator control simply shows the demarcation in a UI. It separates some content. For example, we have some content there. And we want to have a separation of one block of content to another block. We can use a separator. So this gives a visual feedback to the user that the content on the top is separated from the content on the bottom. We use the separator, as you can see right there. So the separator here that we have in our library, we can change the fill color. We can also change the style. By default it's solid, it can be dash. But of course, as you all know, when you are making a UI, a separator doesn't have to be so pronounced in your UI, otherwise it will create a visual distraction. It has to strike a balance. Your users have to see that the separator is there, but it doesn't have to be so pronounced at the same time. So what do we mean? You don't have to put the fill color that is so loud. For example, in this case, it's obvious that the separator is there. It doesn't have to be so obvious, but at the same time it has to be present. So we can change the color to a shade of gray. Let's pick silver, or let's go with a lighter shade of gray. Let's pick this shade. As we can see now, the separator is there, but it's not loud, it's not glaring at the user, because the separator is not the main feature, or it's not the main content, or it's not the main objects or controls that you want your users to give attention to. It should not grab all the attention, because it defies the purpose of the separator. Well, the attention has to go on the content. The separator simply is there to create a differentiation, that this block of content is different from that block of content. So that is the purpose, not to grab all the attention. So try to use this separator when you want to separate some blocks of content. And remember, a separator doesn't have to grab all the attention. It simply has to put a separation between one block of content to another block of content, and you can do so by the properties that we've made available to you. We have the fill color, we have the style, we have the thickness. You can change the thickness. If it's set to true, remember the color shading becomes deep when the thickness is set to more than 1. So you may need to mind that. When the thickness is set to 1 and the fill color is set to a shade of gray, like light gray, it's different when the same control has a different thickness. For example, let's change this to 1. Now you can see this first control has a thickness of 2, and the light gray is deeper than the one with a thickness of 1. So remember that when the thickness value increases, the depth of the color increases as well. So you may need to remember that as well. So try to use this separator to separate blocks of content and create a better visual representation of the entire user interface when you are making your application. Thank you so much guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.